What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. This is the Elgato FaceCam. It's 200 bucks and it's supposed to be pretty good. It's got some interesting things about it, such as 60 frames per second, full HD at 1080p, like I said, low latency, and it also has the Elgato Prime lens. I've heard it does not have a microphone built into it, which could be a turnoff for some people. I use a regular microphone, and it has better sound anyway, so that's why I choose it. But ultimately, here it is. So let's get this opened up, see how it performs. I already installed the Elgato FaceCam software from the Elgato website on my Mac, and I'm gonna use it on my Mac, so I'll show you this and how it looks. All right, so inside the box, you get a USB to USB-C cable, a how-to guide on how to use this and set it up. And then here is the camera. This camera is looking very, very big. So it does come with a little privacy cap. I love that. You don't get that a lot. So it has it's basically a lens cap, but obviously it's gonna block it as well when you don't wanna have potential, a hacker or something get into and see you. But ultimately it's cool that it has that. I'll take it off for now. You see the lens, nice big lens. You get the Elgato logo. USB-C port. At the bottom here, you can flip this up and you're able to clip it onto the back of a monitor or something. And it looks like also you can unscrew this as well and put it onto a tripod. All right, so I have this hooked up now. And the first thing I noticed, at least from what I thought I did, and if the vocals are off with the video, it's because I have two things running on my computer, like the screen record and then also the camera. So if it looks weird, don't worry about it. But ultimately, I just wanted to walk you through the app that you download and install. This is the Camera Hub app. So you can see I have my inputs. I get the Elgato camera here. I can change the zoom. Looks like I can zoom really far in or go all the way back. Can change the contrast, the saturation. Oh no, oh no. So we'll set that back to what that was at. We have exposure, so I can turn that. There you go. So the exposure is off. If I turn it on, kind of puts everything back in. Metering, you can do average. This is average. I might like average better than center weighted, because center weighted is kind of blowing me out a little bit. Kind of like this, how it's kind of like everything's a little bit more even on here. You have your compensation if you want, make it a little bit more brighter or lighter. I think we'll set 0, set that back to 0. And then we also have the white balance, so you can turn that on and off if you don't want it to automatically do it, or you can set when you set it to off, you can change the color temperature if you want. That way you can kind of get the look that you're looking for. And then we have processing. You can turn that on and off for noise reduction. And that's pretty much all of the settings for the camera hub. So let's go up here. It looks like there's some up here. You can check for updates for the app. You can automatically check for updates, open automatically at login. So I don't need that. I'm going to turn that off. And there you go. That is the camera hub app. All right, so I have this set up right now. Running at 60 frames per second on the screencast recording. You can see my dog over there. Let me grab one of my phones here, because sometimes I'll do a live stream and I'll bring up my phone, and sometimes it looks awkward on there. Let's see if this one, and I'll compare this to the Logitech C720 or 920, I forget what it's called. So this is a little bit blurred out. It's not totally capturing that. Let me lower the screen brightness, see if that looks better. So that does look a little bit better. I'm gonna get super close and see if it autofocuses. Doesn't look like it autofocuses. It's autofocus on my hand. Kinda, not really. It seems like that's the autofocus on there. But yeah, I think this looks really, really good. I did try this. I do want to say, I don't know if it's my computer because I have an M1. Maybe the OBS software is not completely optimized for it, but using this camera and OBS together had this weird lag issue. Let me also turn off the lighting a little bit to get this, there's lights on in here, but it's more of a blue look to the screen. so that way you get an idea what this all looks like overall, and if you think it looks good or not. And then I'll put the camera light back on that I have, and it exposes pretty well, you know. I don't know, I'm pretty impressed so far with this. Let me switch over to my Logitech web camera. Here you go with the Logitech C920, which I can't remember what the price of this is, but I'm just gonna wave my fingers or my hands around a little bit so you can see if there's you know, any lag or anything like that, any stuttering. It didn't really seem like there was. One thing that I do notice is that this is a lot lighter in the looks of this overall, and I know things get washed out, and I'll have to show this again on the other camera, but like usually when I held up my phone, it would have issues with the lighting if it was too white or whatever. So I can see like the colors keep changing a lot. You can see it kind of keeps getting whited up versus the FaceCam so far. So we'll have to see, and I'll put the price of the C920 currently because this camera is pretty old. Okay, so the Elgato FaceCam. Let's talk about what I like, what I don't like. First of all, the quality of the video definitely looks better than the Logitech C920. I feel like it's sharper. It has better motion when I'm moving around, so I like that. The price tag, $200 versus like $80, that's pretty crazy. Especially one of the things that I like and don't like is that the Elgato FaceCam does not have a built-in microphone. I kind of wish it did, just for ease of use purposes for people that might want it. But I know they're catering it towards creators, and creators definitely usually have something like this, which is a microphone, you know, a standalone microphone. The quality of the video I think looks good overall. Is it amazing? I wouldn't say it's amazing. The dark, when it's dark, it still looks pretty good. Like this, it's just blue light, and I don't know. It's I can still see stuff that's going on. The motion is pretty good as well. It's really the price that's kind of a turnoff to me with what you get versus maybe like something less than $100 or at $100. I'd be like, why would you spend $100 more just to do video calls or even just to use this, you know, in a general sense. This does have some weird lag things too as well. The FaceCam has some weird, it like stutters a little bit, and it could be, I'm using a Mac Mini M1, which is a fairly powerful computer, and my other camera doesn't really do that, so I'd have to chalk it down to it is the camera's fault or the software or the drivers for the camera not being up to snuff with either the M1 processor or with just the software in general. Maybe other people have this issue, so I wouldn't recommend it because of the price, but otherwise it's the video's good, and I like that you have manual controls for basically all of the settings for it to make it look the way you want it to look. I love that it has an LED light on the camera to let me know when it's being used. I love that it has a lens cap. So overall, I mean, it's definitely a good camera. It's tough to recommend at $200. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys down the road. Peace.